Hey, it's Ethan here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look and showing you how to install the Glacier Cable Tire Chains on our 2023 Cadillac XT4. Like the name suggests, these are cable style tire chains and they are in a ladder pattern, which means that they're going to go straight across your tire. It's going to help you with starting and stopping. It's not going to give you as much coverage on turns like a diamond pattern style might, but these will help you with starting and stopping. And the roller style will keep things pretty low profile. Ladder pattern chains tend to get a little bit bumpier, but because these do have the rollers going across the chains, that'll smooth things out a little bit. These are going to be sort of your emergency use only chains, just something to have in case you get a little bit of light snow. Definitely don't recommend these for heavier snow and ice or anything like that. As far as the construction of the chains go themselves, they are made of a low carbon steel, which is a little bit of a softer metal compared to a manganese nickel alloy some other chains offer. So they're not going to last you as long, which is another reason why they're probably just your once in a while use chains. What you get because you sacrifice a little bit of the aggressiveness with this chains is a low profile, and these are Class S certified, which means if you have limited wheel well clearance like we do on our XT4 here, the chains will still work and they won't make contact with anything back there. The chains do come two to a set in this light canvas bag. Roller style chains like these are typically really difficult to roll back up and get into something like this, and the quality of it just isn't amazing. So we recommend if you do get these chains, grabbing some kind of plastic tote or some sort of larger case to keep them in, just to keep the chain secure and keep the weather out. But the chains themselves were relatively easy to install. They don't have any self-tensioning, so we just threw a rubber tensioner on here. We recommend that you do the same, but you can check out how we got them on now. To get these chains installed, the first thing we need to do is lay them out flat to make sure that nothing is tangled or caught together. Additionally, we want to make sure that this lever is going to be facing us because we'll have to access that after we make our first connection in the back. And then we want to make sure that they're facing the right direction. You can tell that they're facing the right direction because, as you can see, this side has a bit of a pointy end where the connection is made versus this other side is just flat all the way through. We want this side making contact with our tire, so as we drape them over, we'll be set up the way we need to be. Trying to make sure everything is as centered as possible, we'll start the process just by draping the chains over the tire, being careful not to scratch up the sides, because these chains do have a little bit of stored memory in them, and there's a little bit of a tight fit around the wheel well. But once we get these on, we can make our first connection on the back side. To make this connection, we'll just fit one of these studs through this plate at the end on the other side. Not a ton of clearance under the XT4 here, but it should be enough that we can slide one of these ends through. And get enough tension there. Now that we have our connection in the back taken care of, we can do the connection on the front as well. Same process, we'll just slide these studs through the catch plate. In our case, we can actually get up to the 5th stud and then twist this lever arm back and connect it to the cable on the other side. If you have enough slack here, you can fit it into one of these red catches. In our case, we don't quite have enough to get to one of them, so we're just going to leave it the way it is. With these types of chains, once you've got them installed, we like to recommend grabbing one of these rubber tensioners as well, because they don't have any self-tensioning on the chains themselves. And these you'll just put on similar to how you would put a tire on or take it off in a star type pattern. These will just help you keep the tension in your tires as you're traveling. Hitting bumps and ice, snow, things like that tend to move the chains out of place. These help keep your chains secure while you move. Once you have the tensioner set up, that's it for the installation. Make sure you get them on your driver's side tire as well. Roll forward and backwards a couple times to make sure that everything is where you want it to go. Then you're ready to hit the road. Overall, like I mentioned a couple times, these chains are just going to be sort of your in emergency use only chains. I wouldn't recommend them for long periods of time or in any sort of heavy snow or ice conditions. For that, I would maybe check out some of Koenig's diamond pattern chains. They have self-tensioning and they just give you a little bit more coverage. But again, like I said, for those usages, these Glacier Cable Tire Chains will definitely get the job done, and they're a solid fit on our 2023 Cadillac XT4.